Let's play this. I'm going to love this. This could last an hour or so. This is going to be so much fun. There's a representative in Congress from North Carolina named Madison Cawthorn. He's one of these new right-wing guys that came in. He's kind of a firebrand. He kind of lets it all hang out, says some wild shit.
Sure.
He was giving a speech in Congress, and he decided to get philosophical. He decided to get a little highbrow with the audience and decided to start quoting some poetry.
Oh, I can't wait to hear who the author was.
I didn't listen to this last night purposely.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be hit by this at the same time as everyone else. This is Representative Madison Cawthorn.
Oh, my God.
On the floor of the House.
Gentleman yields back. For what purpose does this gentleman from North Carolina seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I seek unanimous consent.
Gentleman yields back. For what purpose does this gentleman from North Carolina seek recognition?
Mr. Speaker, I seek unanimous consent to address the House for 1 minute.
Without objection, the gentleman's recognized for 1 minute.
Mr. Speaker, when the United States military shows up, kings and kingdoms fall to their knees.
All right, we're already gay.
We're super gay.
God, when did Republicans start becoming so gay?
When did we bring back pinstripe suits?
Oh, we're so gay. When the American military shows up, kings and queens and Franks and beans and blah, 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 and it shut the fuck up.
Franks and beans.
By the way, guys, this isn't even the part I was talking about. This is just him being gay at the beginning. All right.
Great philosopher Toby Keith once said, "We put a boot in their ass. It's the American way."
Oh. Is he wrong?
At least there's a shade of self-awareness to the guy. He goes, as the great philosopher Toby Keith once said, "We put a boot in their ass. It's the American way."
Do you think he did this just because he knew it would be on TV?
He's the... I love this guy.
Look at that face he's making.
Dude, let me tell you, this is where subtlety is important. If this guy would have gone into this and, thought this was cool, like a dad, that would have been the gayest thing, and I would have hated this guy forever. But the fact that he smirked like a little douchebag and went, as the great philosopher Toby Keith once said, "We put a boot in their ass. It's the American way." The fact that he leaned in on that like a redneck with his pinky up, I respect.
He looks like a young
Our
shit.
military preeminence is unmatched. Our brand
He's got some guns
is
in there.
Yeah, he does.
But our greatness lies in temperance. America first means power under control. Overzealous executives have wrenched away a precious power bestowed on this body. I'm here to remind them, Congress declares war. Not Joe Biden, not some woke general.
I called Vladimir Putin yesterday and said, in a week or two, I was going to bring you flowers. In a week or two, a long, long string of pearls. And we would have rode down to the river at night, sailed away, just me and you. In a week or two.
And does that blue moon ever shine on you, brother?
As a great poet laureate, Toby Keith once said, I'm feeding the dog, sacking the trash. It's honey do this, honey do that. Well, I sobered up, and I got to thinking, girl, you ain't much fun since I quit drinking. If I could quote the poet laureate, Toby Keith, sorry, I'm a little choked up. I'm all broke down. Tail's been dragging. It's a rough old life up here on the wagon. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I cede my time to the gentleman from West Virginia. Yes. If I could, for a moment, quote a great poet laureate. I hear voices in the wind saying she ain't coming back again. I look for guidance in the skies, but the stars have all gone out tonight. I feel like the love of my life is dying. Even the man in the moon is crying. Thank you. I cede the rest of my time. Oh.
As Toby Keith once said, I should have been a cowboy. I should have learned to rope and ride. Wear my 6-shooter, riding my pony on a cattle drive. Thank you.
Oh, I'd like to quote the great poet laureate YG. Might we eat, might get a plate.
Oh, whoa.
Well, Madison, Jesus Christ.
Madison.
No, that is not the way we do.
We could use more gusto like that in Congress.
Mark Hope says, as the great poet laureate George Strait once said, All my exes live in Texas. I cede the rest of my time.
Your Honor.
Art Johnson Emeritus says, yes, if I could quote a great poet laureate, the kid guns the car, or the kid guns the gas, car starts to swerve, heads for a semi-truck, jumps the curb. Oh. As the great poet laureate Monster Truck once said, ain't nobody gonna tell me how to live.
Oh my God, that's a deep cut.
That is a really deep cut. Excuse me, Mr. Chairman. If I could have a moment and quote a great poet laureate, I would just like to say, everything's right with the summer coming. I'm the first one standing in line for my day in the sun. I've been working till the sun don't shine. Thank you. That's my time. Oh. If I could quote a great poet laureate, Mr. Speaker, you get down the fiddle and you get down the bow, kick off your shoes and you throw them on the floor, dance in the kitchen till the morning light, Louisiana, Saturday night. Thank you. I'd like to tell a little story. My brother Bill and my other brother Jack, a belly full of beer and a possum in a sack, 15 kids in the front porch light, Louisiana, Saturday night. Your Honor, if I could quote a great poet laureate, this country has been trying like the devil to find the Lord and working like an... What's that? I can't... No?
Can't say that
Okay,
one.
just checking.
Somebody ride the bleep button.
Guys, Madison wants to quote country music. We really got to,
He also said that he'd be better off in a pine box on a slow train back to Georgia.
Wow, that's dark, Madison. Why are we getting so dark, sir? Oh. If I could quote the great poet laureate Marshall Mathers, my words are like a dagger with a jagged edge that'll stab you in the head, whether you're a fat... What? I can't... Okay. Just checking.
Keeping us on our toes.
Man. Oh. Of course, Snoopy says, injured war vet, and he's a paralysic. I think he means paraplegic. Yeah, I don't care. We're making jokes about his speech that he made.
I like this one. As the great poet Fergie once said, what you gonna do with all that junk? All that junk inside that trunk.
As the great poet laureate Beyonce Knowles once said, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, all my single ladies, oh, 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 oh. If I could send one message to Vladimir Putin, Mr. Speaker, it would be this. A cold beer, a dark night, a blue jeans, a red pickup, rural noun, simple adjective. Cody redeeming himself writes, as Deanna Carter once said, Mr. Speaker.
Oh, I'm just going to do this.
Like strawberry wine and 17, a hot July moon, saw everything. My first taste of love, oh, bittersweet. The green on the vine, like strawberry wine.
Oh, thank you, Cody. I was going to do that one.
Freaky Deaky says, in the words of the philosopher Ludacris, move, bitch. Get out the way.
Get out the way.
Yes. Second, Ryan the Garbage Man says, if I could quote the great poet laureate William H. Smith, let me tell a story. Just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air. You fucked that one up, but it's okay.
And also, welcome to Miami.
Yes. Fluffnuffer says, as a great mind and philosopher once said, honk, honk, beep, beep, I ain't fucking around. Oh. On this topic of Joe Rogan, I would like to quote the poet laureate Ronnie Van Zant saying, I hope Neil Young will remember a Southern man don't need him around anyhow. On this debate on the minimum wage, I'd like to quote the great poet laureate Toby Keith and say, big boss man likes to crack that whip. I ain't nothing but a number on a time card slip. Thank you. I yield my time.
As I sit here at the podium, I'd like to say, man, I feel like a woman. Thank you.
In these days of war and rumors of war, I am reminded of a great poet laureate, Toby Keith, who once said, my daddy served in the army, and he lost his right eye, but he flew a flag out in our yard until the day that he died. He wanted my brother, my mother, my sister, and me to grow up and live happy in the land of the free. But that nation that I love has fallen under attack. A mighty sucker punch came flying in from somewhere in the back. But as soon as we could see clearly through our big black eye, we're working like it for our room and board. Oh, no, hey, that's not Toby Keith. Why did you do that? Stop it. Oh. Mr. Speaker, to quote the great poet laureate and English knight, Sir Mix-a-Lot, I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers cannot deny that when a girl walks in with an itty-bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung.
Mr. Speaker, in the great words of Big and Rich, they once told us to save a horse and ride a cowboy.
As we debate this abortion bill, Mr. Speaker, I'd like to quote the words of the great poet laureate Cardi B. Spit in my mouth. Look at my eyes. This pussy is wet. Come take a dive.
Oh, my God. I can't breathe.
Groloff says, the great Alan Jackson once said, Ukraine is getting hotter than a hoochie coochie. Oh. Sean Raz. Mr. Speaker, if I could quote the great Darkman X. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me go all out up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me act a fool up in here, up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my cool up in here, up in here. There we go. As we continue on here, God, the chat is so fucking busy on this one.
Hoochie coochie one.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, as President of the United States, I am here to make a statement on Russia. And Vladimir Putin, I know you're watching. Sometimes when you can't say it best yourself, you quote someone else. Well, I reach way back in Canadian poetry to tell you that it's sundown and you'd better take care if I find you've been creeping around my back stair. Thank you and good night, and God bless America. Oh. I know that a lot of people are worried about the current crisis in Virginia where that bus is dangling off the precipice of a cliff. I just want to say to the people in that bus who are panicking and yelling right now, I'd like to quote the great poet laureate Andre 3000. Hush that fuss. Everybody move to the back of the bus. This advice will save your life.
In this time of uncertainty and war over between Russia and Ukraine, I'd like to quote the great Eiffel 65.
Yes.
I'm blue. Dabba-dee dabba-die. Thank you.
Right. Oh. To the Ukrainians asking Americans, what should we do to resist the Russians? I would quote the great philosopher Cardi B, who once said, make it cream, make me scream, out in public, make a scene. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you, I got this ring.
That's deep, bro.
And to the Russians, I say this from the great poet laureate of Canada, Snow. A licky boom boom down. A licky boom boom down. Thank you.
It's brutal.
I think we got some good ones, guys.
I know. My cheeks hurt like they can't move.
You know, a lot of people are upset with my recent comments on the war, and that's fine. You can be mindful of my comments on the war, but I'd like to remind you something the great poet laureate Garth Brooks once said. Blame it all on my roots that I showed up in boots and ruined your black tie affair. The last one to know, the last one to show, I was the last one you thought you'd see there. But I saw the surprise and the fear in his eyes when I took his glass of champagne and I toasted you, said, Putin, we may be through, but you'll never hear me complain. Thank you and good night.
Mic drop.
All right. I think we can be
My
done now.
chest hurts. My cheeks hurt.
You guys want to save that one, I'm guessing? All right, we will save that one. 1 hour and 45 minutes to, let's call it 2 hours and 6 minutes. There we are. Remember, Sundays from 7 to 9 p.m., we play all of the best ofs from the week in a little 2-hour best of show. Jesus. Oh. To quote Clarence Carter, in How Far the United States Influence Goes, some people call it stroke.
Yeah.
If I could explain on this map here how far the United States has stroke in the world, I quote the great Clarence Carter when I say, we stroke it to the east, and we stroke it to the west, and we stroke it to the woman that we love the best. We be stroking.
I heard Putin is just straight up saying, stroke me, stroke me.
Oh, it's fucked up. I'm going to get to that one, Hitley. Holy shit. As we debate this bill on fossil fuels versus alternative energy, you know, there's a lot of vehicles that will be taken off the lot if we pass this bill, and I think we're forgetting what the great Rob Zombie once said, and that is, yeah, my Durango. Hitley. Your Honor, people of this chamber, real talk, I don't really fuck with too many, because drop a dime on you like a couple nickels. I be laughing to the bank like the fucking money tickle driving something that you ain't. Top boss, suck a nipple. Thank you. I yield the rest of my time.
How do you even follow that one?
Now, this environmental bill is going to take a huge toll on environmentalism. And I'd just like to ask this chamber before they vote, don't you know about the bird? Everybody knows that the bird is the word. Oh.
Good Lord.
I think we've, you know what, guys? I think we've made our point.
I think I've popped a rib.